Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Wittenberg College or in the Pam Evans Smith Arena. I'm Dave Williams along with Jackson Lightcap. Jackson, it's the last game of 2023.
Yeah, nonetheless, it is the last game of 2023, and Dave, I'm happy to be here alongside as your partner today. We got a good one. Franciscan coming into this one 3-8, and also, not to mention, they only have 7 players down on the floor. This could be a good tune-up game for the Wittenberg Tigers, who entered this one at 6-3.
Yeah, and they go on the road. They start NCAC play Wednesday night. They're at Denison. And you talk about it's real funny. They had 15 players on the Franciscan University roster, and they come in today, like you said, only 7 players today. So we'll see what happens with them. And, of course, the last time Wittenberg played a team with a small roster was Miami Hamilton, and they really gave the Tigers a game for 3 quarters.
Yeah, not to mention with coming into with only 7 players for the Barons today, the main question is going to be when will the fatigue set in, because it's not a question will it set in because your bench is not as deep. It's when will it set in, and as you mentioned, 3 quarters for Miami Hamilton back when they played Wittenberg, but that 4th quarter, fatigue started to set in. I'm expecting the same here with Franciscan. Franciscan, they don't have a deep bench. The number one thing that the Barons cannot have today is they cannot get into foul trouble, especially early in this first half.
Franciscan University of Steubenville, their coach, Ileana Spoolman. Let's take a look at their starting lineup today. Starting at a guard, sophomore 5'4", from San Marcos, California, Emma Clow. Starting at a 6'1", a center forward, is Michaela Doan. She's from San Diego, California, so 2 players right off the bat from California. Sophia LaRose is a forward, senior, 5'8", from Goshen, New Hampshire. And then we've got Elena Gonzalez, a junior, number 25, 5'5", guard, from Tucson, Arizona. And then Caroline Reedy, guard, sophomore, 5'8", from Burnville, Pennsylvania. She wears number 30. So, Jackson, we've got Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, 2 from California, and the other young lady was from, New Hampshire.
Just goes to show you the greatness of college sports. I mean, you have different environments all coming over to play in different universities. Just goes to show you how great college sports can be.
That's what I always love about Oberlin. Wittenberg plays Oberlin. You look at the Oberlin roster, and you're lucky if you find 1 or 2 girls from Ohio. I mean, they're from all over. I mean, it's amazing how many states are from. In fact, let's look real quick. There was 1 girl from Ohio on the roster here. She's not here today for Franciscan. Let's take a look at the Wittenberg Tigers. They're going to start their usual 5. Starting at the point guard, junior, 5'7", Taryn Cash from Cincinnati, Ohio. Jasmine Gaines Burns is the other guard, 5'5", from Bladensburg, Maryland. Starting in a forward slot, Evie Wolshire, senior, 5'11", from Lancaster, Ohio. Jade Simpson starts at forward slot. She's 5'11", from Edgewood, Kentucky. And the other, third guard is Kelsey Reagan, Jr., 5'11", from White House, Ohio. So we're about ready to get started here. Again, you got to feel a little bit for Franciscan, 7 players.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. I mean, 7 players, you're really going to be able to test your conditioning in this one, but not just your conditioning, but also your heart and effort as well.
And you talked about, Jackson, this is going to be a good tune-up for the Tigers. I guess we don't want to put the cart before the horse, but again, with 7 players, it's going to be a tough road today, I think, for Franciscan. But this should be a good matchup for Tigers as they get ready to start conference play. In fact, next Wednesday on the road at Denison.
Yeah, next Wednesday on the road against Denison to start NCAC play, and not to mention the fact that this is a team that lost 68-55 last Wednesday against Wisconsin Oshkosh. They turned over the ball a lot. Could be a great tune-up once again for the Tigers.
I think we're getting ready for our national anthem here at Pam Evans Smith Arena. Here we go. campus of our national anthem here on the campus of Wittenberg University. Springfield, Ohio. Glad you're with us today. I'm Dave Williams, along with Jackson Lightcap. We got all the action today of the Franciscan College Barons from Steubenville. Going to take on the Wittenberg Tigers. Let's meet number 3 starting, Emma Clow. She averages 6.1 points per game. Michaela Doan, she's the center, 6-footer. Michaela averages 10.4 points per game. Sophie LaRose is going to come out. Sophie averages 2 points a game. Elena Gonzalez being introduced. She averages 8.1 points per game. And Caroline Reedy's going to come out. She averages 9.2 points per game. As a team, they shoot 35% from the field, 20% from beyond the arc, and 56% from the foul line.
Yeah, not to mention Madison Doan is the leading scorer for the Barons. Doan, I do believe she is not here today, so she averages 13.5 points per game this season for the Barons. It's going to be a tough loss without her on the floor for Franciscan.
Taryn Cash being introduced. She averages 7.1 points per game. Then Jasmine Gaines-Burns, leading scorer. Well, not the leading scorer. She averages 12.8 points per game. Evie Wolshire averages 7.9 points per game. Actually, the leading scorer for Wittenberg does not start, comes off the bench. That's Ryan Burton. Jade Simpson averages 8.4 points per game, and Kelsey Reagan averages 5.3 points per game. I think Wittenberg would also like to see some more production. Kelsey had a really nice year last year, a very good three-point shooter, but she's been down a little bit this year.
Yeah, and, you know, if you can get Kelsey Reagan going and if you can get her shooting the ball more efficiently, it's only going to raise the level for the Wittenberg Tigers. That's been one thing that they've missed this season. And another thing that they really need to work on today is they cannot turn over the ball. And if you want to win this game for the Wittenberg Tigers, with the numbers that Franciscan has, you go out there and you put it to them early and you go on a 10-0 run, a 12-0 run to start this game, and you go up, I'm going to say, by 10 by the end of the first quarter. It's going to make it a lot harder on Franciscan and the Barons to come back.
You know, a kind of an odd stat, Jackson. Now, there's been 9 games. Kelsey started every game. She's yet to go to the foul line. Now, she is hitting 39% of threes, and really, as long as you hit 35, I think that's really good. Okay, here we go. Jade Simpson's going to jump against Michaela Doan, and Taryn Cash gets the tip. So here we go. We're underway here at Pam M. Smith Arena. I'm Dave Williams. That's Jackson Lightcap. Glad you're with us today. Jackson, you've been pretty busy. You've been doing a lot of games, high school, and I think, didn't you do the tournaments here? Kelsey Reagan, three-pointer on the way, up and in. We talked about her, Jackson, and there she hits a 3 right off the bat.
Beautiful shot. And yeah, I had 16 broadcasts last week in Louisville, Kentucky. I had 5 at the Cintas Center at Xavier on Thursday, 5 here yesterday at Wittenberg for the Clark County Showcase Tournament.
10-second violation. Give the ball to Wittenberg. Go ahead.
It's been a busy couple of weeks, but I'm excited. It's my final broadcast of 2023. I'm excited to go back home, spend some time with some family. But first, I get to spend my Saturday afternoon with you.
You using a lot of tea with honey? What are you doing with your voice, man?
Oh, the holidays certainly helped out as a nice recovery.
Kelsey Reagan, 2 for 2 on threes.
And I think you brought in the broadcaster's jinx on Kelsey Reagan. She must have heard you down there
good jinx,
on the floor.
Yeah.
How about this? Back-to-back 3. She's got all 6 points for the Tigers, and you could just tell that she's in her groove. She's more locked in, and the Tigers can get her going again. They open up first minute on a 6-0 run. Continue this run. You'll be able to put it away much earlier than you would a normal game because Steubenville, Franciscan, they only have 7 players.
Emma Clow puts up a shot, no good, but a rebound right there by Sophie LaRose.
Might have got away with the travel.
Yeah, got 3 officials here today, as always. Backs it out to Emma Clow. Emma Clow drives, puts up a shot, and we're going to have a charge. Emma Clow gets called for the charge.
And right now what I'm seeing through the first 90 seconds of this game is I'm not really seeing an offensive game plan for Franciscan and the Barons. It looks like they're just running and gunning. They're moving the ball around the three-point arc, east and west. They're not working it north and south. They're not getting it into the paint. The moment they try to get into the paint, it's a charge.
Here we go. Jasmine Gaines-Burns drives, has a shot blocked. Nice block by Michaela Doan. Ball loose, picked up by Evie Wolshire. Back to Kelsey Reagan. Kelsey got the heat check coming. She might put up another one there, Jackson.
Yeah, Reagan, the defense closed in quickly on her. I think that they're going to quickly learn that she's going to be a threat today from beyond the arc for Wittenberg.
Tigers with their first turnover, however. They get a travel called on Taryn Cash. Tigers putting on a press here.
And, I like this by Wittenberg. Again, 7 players for Franciscan. If I had a dime for every time we've said that already today,
yeah.
I'd be a millionaire. But you want to wear them down because come quarter number 4, they're going to be fatigued. They're not going to be 100% ready to go. What's a quicker way to do that? Full court press and a full court trap. I like that move by the Tigers.
Yeah. Jade Simpson blocked that shot by Elena Gonzalez, and now we have a foul. And I think, is it Wittenberg? No. Yeah, Wittenberg picks up the foul. Looks like picking up the foul is Kelsey Reagan. And McLeod with the basketball. Back to Elena Gonzalez. Elena Gonzalez trying to get – they've get it over the midcourt now.
They've already forced 1 10-second violation in this game, and Wittenberg trying to force the second one there. It was close, but again, full court trap. It's going to make it tough on Franciscan, not just later in the game, but also moving the ball up the floor early on in the game as well. And they've already proved it, forcing a couple of turnovers.
Caroline Reedy into Emma Clow. Back to Caroline Reedy. She has it up top. Elena Gonzalez. Elena Gonzalez drives. She loses the basketball out of bounds, but tipped out of bounds by Jasmine Gainsborough. There's only 5 left on the shot clock. Franciscan really having a problem getting some shots off, and Wittenberg defense really bothering them. Here we go. That's Caroline Reedy in bounds. Sophie LaRose shot is blocked again by Jade Simpson. But they throw it away. Tigers very careless with the pass, and they made a nice block that then turned around, threw it right away.
And Wittenberg, they're 6-3 this season, but in their 3 losses, I'm sure that everybody will tell you, including the coaching staff for the Wittenberg Tigers, turnovers played a big issue. They've turned over the ball quite some time, quite a bit of time so far this season. That's something that they have got to fix moving into conference play, especially if they want to be effective winning the NCAC.
Yeah, absolutely. They only lost 5 games all last year, but they've lost 3 this year, and that time they lose it. Elena Gonzalez loses out of bounds. They help her up.
And you can already tell the Barons are struggling without their leading scorer, Madison Doan here. Madison Doan, again, 13.5 points per game, and Michaela Doan averaging 10 points per game as well. I don't think that she's here either. So when you look at the Barons, they're losing their 2 leading scorers in this game, and there's been nobody who's been able to step up on the offensive side for the Barons. And losing both the Doans, Michaela and Madison Doan, certainly playing a factor early on.
Here we go. Bounce pass. Jasmine Gainsborough in the lane. Shot up. No good. Off the front of the rim. Sophie LaRose with a rebound. Here come the Barons. And McLeod with it. Over to Elena Gonzalez. Over to Sophie LaRose. Back out top. Caroline Reedy. Over to Emma Clow. Emma Clow. Now we have a foul. I think it's going to be, could be on Kelsey Reagan. Oh, I didn't see. It looks like Ryan Burton now in the lineup for Tigers. Didn't even see her check in.
I expect Wittenberg to go deep into their bench, a little bit deeper than what they're used to in this game because, again, fatigue's going to set in for Franciscan. If you can limit the fatigue that sets in for Wittenberg, it helps you out later on in this game as well.
Yeah, Maddie Barnett also in the lineup, and now Franciscan just threw the ball away, so that's turnover number 4. Tried to go into the post, but too high and goes out of bounds. Wittenberg with the basketball. We've got 6:10 left to play in the first quarter. Dave Williams, Jackson Lightcap coming to you from Pam Evans Smith Arena. Pretty decent crowd here today. Kelsey Reagan turned around, shot up and in. Kelsey has all 8 points, so right now it's Kelsey Reagan 8, Franciscan nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it's 8 points for Kelsey Reagan. We talked about her a lot. We mentioned that she's going to be the workhorse for the Wittenberg Tigers and step up if they want to take their game, not just in this game, but the entire game to the next level. And Reagan's already been able to do that here in this one. She must have heard you up here, Dave.
Yeah, Kelsey looks good. I mean, she played well last year. And, like her, there she goes. Shot up, in and out. Nice rebound. Taryn, well, let's see. Goes out of bounds. They say it's going to be off Taryn Cash. And that shot looked like it was going in, just in and out.
Just off the mark. That's her first miss of the afternoon.
So here we go. Emma Clow with the basketball. The Caroline Reedy. Back to Emma Clow. Tiger. It's a little press bothering him a little bit. Emma Clow with it back. Over to Caroline Reedy. Over to Elena Gonzalez. Out top, Michaela Doan. Michaela Doan over to Emma Clow. Back to Sophie Reedy. Sophie LaRose. Shot put up and in. That one put up and in by Michaela Doan.
That's a beautiful backdoor cut, realizing that you're in trouble, especially with the shot clock winding down. Get that backdoor cut, beautiful dish inside, and Franciscan for the first time on the board.
Kelsey Reagan missed her first three there, but she comes up and hits that one. So now Kelsey with 10 points. And really that three looked like it was going to be good, just a little too strong. Hit the back of the rim and came out.
It's her day, and you can tell by it because not only just because she has 10 points, the time she's missed, she's been right there, and it's just barely been off the mark. So Reagan, she's locked in. I said that earlier in the broadcast. She's going to have a big day, and she's already proven it.
Well, yeah, after watching her all last year, I knew she was much better with the points last year, and I think she just needs to take her time, get going now. This game will really help her, I think. Shot put up by Emma Clow, no good. Rebound comes down. Taryn Cash ahead. Maddie Barnett. Maddie over to Jade Simpson. Jade off the glass, up and in. So somebody finally, besides Kelsey Reagan, has scored. And it's now 12-2, and after the timeout, we're going to have a couple substitutions. It looks like coming in for sure is going to be Katie Whitaker, and it might be, is it Carly Moore coming in? We'll look and see when they sit down.
I saw number 2, that was Jasmine Gaines-Byrne, head back to the scorer's table, so I would expect her to come back in. Dave, let's go back.
Yeah, maybe. Go ahead.
Right before that timeout, that fast break opportunity, that is the perfect example of selfless basketball, and that's what you get at the college level. There's no selfishness, especially between the Wittenberg Lady Tigers, and that's one thing I love watching about them is that you know that there's no selfishness. Able to drive inside, defense comes up, able to kick it underneath. I said this in the last game I did with you. I'll say it again. Assists are just as good as points.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you get an assist, it's just as good as getting a basket. I know when I did a PA for high school at Kenton Ridge for years and years, I would always announce when somebody got an assist because I think that is important. Person gets recognized for making a great pass. And
certainly the most overlooked stat in all of basketball. The second most overlooked stat that I'll go out there and say I think is free throw percentage. Games are won or lost at the free throw line. You have got to be able to hit your free throws.
Kind of like in baseball. People don't think it. Runs scored. Man, you score a lot of runs. That's a big stat. You know, a lot of people dwell on the RBIs, but run score is a big thing.
You're on base. You're moving around the base paths. You're getting your job done.
And is that let me see if they've got that. Looks like Heavy Wolshire's back out there, too. So, just the only one came in was Katie Whitaker. Emma Clow with the basketball. Now Wittenberg in the zone. Three-pointer up on the way, no good. Rebound, Heber comes down to number 20, Sophie LaRose. Drive in. And then we have Elena Gonzalez got her shot blocked again. That poor young lady's had about 3 shots blocked already this morning going into the tall timber. They get but a jump ball, and the possession area belongs to the Barons. Back to Elena Gonzalez. And Elena averages a little over 8 points a game. Three-pointer put up by Emma Clow, no good. Rebound comes down. Shot put up from the corner, way off by Caroline Reedy on a three-pointer. We have another jump ball, so this one will go to Wittenberg.
And, Caroline Reedy is certainly going to have to be the player that steps up, the sophomore who stands 5'8". She's from Burnville, Pennsylvania. She went to Berks Catholic High School. Without the Doans, Michaela and Madison Doan, the 2 leading scorers for the Barons. The 3rd leading scorer is Caroline Reedy.
Michaela is here. Michaela Doan's here.
Beg your pardon. So Michaela Doan is here, but without Madison Doan, Caroline Reedy going to have to step up, entering as that number 2 scorer.
Absolutely. Yeah, so the Doan sisters, one is here, one is not. I assume they're sisters, same high school. Nice pass, Evie Wolshire inside to Ryan Burton. Ryan Burton off the glass. And now the Tigers with a 12-point lead, 14-2. Emma Clow with the basketball over to Elena Gonzalez. Back to Emma Clow. Over Caroline Reedy, you just talked about her. She's going to stop, pop 18-footer, no good. Rebound, Evie Wolshire. Here come the Tigers. Ahead, Maddie Barnett. Maddie's going to drive. Maddie with the layup off the glass, no good. Rebound, Ryan Burton puts a shot up, no good, but Ryan's fouled. So Ryan's going to go to the free throw line. Ryan now, by the way, changed her number. She was wearing 4, now wears 14. She's hitting 71% of her free throws, averages 13.5 points. So she's coming off the bench, but she has the highest average now for Tigers. Of course, She's a transfer from the University of Cincinnati, Jackson.
And, not to mention that she has come into Wittenberg University and she has provided a spark for the Tigers, especially coming in off that bench. It is important to have a six player that you could trust coming off the bench to be able to come in and take over for your starters that can also score very effectively as the starters. And sometimes, although you're the first person off the bench, you're the sixth player in the rotation, it doesn't mean you're the sixth best player on the team. Usually means you're one of the top players on the team. They just do that for a rotation status.
Elena Gonzalez put up a 3, no good, but she hustled and got a rebound. That was a good play, but she missed the follow-up. By the way, Ryan Burton hit both free throws, so now it's 16-2. Tigers with the basketball. 2:12 left to play in the first quarter. Pass underneath, Katie Whitaker. Katie, surrounded by 3 players, able to get it up off the glass. Katie used that 6'5" height and got that layup, Jackson.
It pays off to be 6'5" down low,
yes.
And especially when the tallest player for Franciscan is only 5'10". That's Bia Soto, and I do believe Bia Soto is out there right now, but nonetheless, it's tough to be able to guard that when you have a player 6'5" down in the post. And again, you don't bring the ball down low. You keep it up high in the air. Use your pivot foot. You're going to get open shots like that many, many, many times. And if you don't hit your shot, more than likely you're getting fouled as well. That's a great job there by Whitaker.
Another turnover, however, and 6th turnover now of the game for the Barons. Tigers almost turnover, get it back. Throw into Evie Wolshire. Evie, drive, stop, pop, 14-footer. Looked like she got fouled. Yeah, and they do call it.
Franciscan, one thing that I've noticed is that they've switched from man defense. They've gone now to a zone. They're running a zone defense, and a lot of that may be because, remember, Kelsey Reagan opened up this game with the first 10 points for the Wittenberg Tigers, so they may be doing that to try to get to her a little bit simpler because when she was on that 10-0 run, there were a lot of picks, there were a lot of screens, there were a lot of backdoor cuts that Reagan was able to do to get open, and the defense was nowhere to be found. A zone takes that out of the game for the Wittenberg Tigers.
Evie Wolshire missed that first free throw. And by the way, that one just made it over. Now 19-2. Kelsey Reagan back in line for Evie Wolshire. They have so far, the Barons have not substituted. They've played the 5 girls that started the game. And when they played Miami a couple weeks ago, they had one girl never got off the bench, and the coach told us after the game she was the softball player they brought as a substitute in case they absolutely needed a player. And we kind of figured that out when she didn't play. Said she must be there in case somebody fouls out, somebody gets hurt. Here we go, 3-pointer on the way, top of the key, no good. Katie Whitaker with the rebound. That was Caroline Reedy with a 3-pointer. Taryn Cash with the basketball. Bounce pass, Zaire Miller going in. Layup, no good, got her own rebound. Puts a block. Katie Whitaker gets it. She goes up, and she's fouled.
Dave, in the pregame I mentioned if Wittenberg can open up this one on a 10-0 run, 12-0 run, that will ultimately set them up for later in this game. And you could practically put it away early, especially with the depth that Franciscan has. Only 2 players on the bench, and as you mentioned, now they make their first substitution of the game. But how about this? How about a 19-2 run in the first 9 minutes of this game? It certainly sets Wittenberg up for success, not just in this game, but any game you play when you're up 19-2. Now 20-2.
Katie Whitaker scores on the first free throw. Did Franciscan make us up? Okay, yeah, I got to see who. Number 4 is now in the ballgame. That's Natalie Connor.
It was Sophie LaRose who checked out. She's now on the bench.
Natalie Connor in. So 21-2. Hitting both those free throws, Katie Whitaker. She's got 4 now in the ball game. Now, almost threw it away, but Barons get it back. Caroline Reedy to Natalie Connor. 3-pointer on the way, and McLeod no good. Rebound, Taryn Cash.
This is a team that does not shoot well from beyond the arc, only 20% on the season. So when Wittenberg's defense is forcing Franciscan nothing on the inside and forcing them to take those threes, it helps out in Wittenberg's favor because this is a team that only shoots 24% from beyond the arc. So Wittenberg sticking with their strength, and that strength is making Franciscan go to their weakness.
Yeah, they're already 0 for 5, make it 0 for 6 from beyond the arc. Natalie Connor in the lane. She's in trouble. Now she gets it off. Michaela Doan with the basketball. Puts up a shot, and she scores at the buzzer. Banked in, and that's the last play of the first quarter. And by the way, Michaela Doan has both scoring baskets for the Barons. And actually, she hit both of them as the clock was running down. So we've played 10 minutes in the books. I know they said that was a good shot. Maybe they're looking at it to confirm, but the official said it was good. So right now we think it's 21-4. We're going to take a break. I'm Dave Williams, Jackson Lightcap. Glad you're with us on this Saturday afternoon, the last Saturday of 2023. We'll be back after this.
I don't need giant stadiums. I don't need to be lectured. The world telling me how it's all falling apart before I've even gotten started. What I need is my own pen. I need mentors, advisors, and brilliant minds who put just as much into my success as I do. I need more than a university. I need a partner who believes that a higher education takes all of us.
All right, back here at Pam M. Smith Arena, I'm Dave Williams along with Jackson Lightcap. Jackson looks like right now, Franciscan just 2 of 15 from the floor in that first quarter and 0 of 6 from the foul, or not the foul line, but beyond the arc, while Wittenberg is 7 of 16 from the field and 2 of 3 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and Franciscan, this is a team that is lucky to be 2 for 15 from the field because if you recall, all 4 of their points, their 2 buckets that they had were at the buzzer. One at the end of a shot clock.
Yes.
They put it up there as the buzzer went off, and then at the end of that first quarter. So Franciscan, this is a team right now that is struggling to get anything going early in the shot clock, which can't be a bad thing, but you have got to put up effective shots. Franciscan has not been able to do that. Wittenberg, if they could play that extra second or two in the shot clock, I mean, Franciscan, they're looking to have 4 points on the board right now.
Yeah.
Wittenberg's playing very tough and tight defense.
Michaela Doan got that deposit at the first Federal there at the buzzer. And now Cloud just scored and she's fouled.
And that's exactly what the Barons have to do. They must have heard me talking. The broadcaster's jinx between you and I right here is at an all-time high. But the Barons, that's exactly what they have to do. If they're not getting anything going in the shot clock, go to the paint, get to the hole, draw the foul. A lot of good things happen when you end up down in the paint.
Yeah, and she threw it up with the left hand, did a nice job kissing off the glass. A nice free throw, plenty of arch. 3-point play, so the Wittenberg lead now 21-7. Their biggest lead's been 19 at 21-2. So last 5 points scored. Kelsey Reagan, three-pointer, Kelsey Reagan, three-pointer number 3 in the ball game.
She had the first 10 points of this game.
Just got to travel right there, Caroline Reedy, right in front of the official. Go ahead, Jack.
Kelsey Reagan had the first 10 points in this game, and now she just is able to knock down another trifecta. I believe that brings her point total. Yeah, they just updated the live stats up to 13 now for the Wittenberg Tigers. She has been terrific so far today.
Absolutely, and glad to see it. She's a fine young lady and knew she'd get going, and she's playing great. Zaire Miller, shot from the baseline, up and in, Zaire Miller.
Well, that play was all because of Taryn Cash. Taryn Cash able to get into the paint, comes to a jump stop, scanning, surveying after she realized she wouldn't be able to get a shot, able to get it out to Zaire Miller out on the corner. Beautiful assist there by Taryn Cash, and as we say, assists, they're just as important as the buckets.
Yeah, and I think that's her 5th assist already. They have an update, and now layup up and in by Michaela Doan, so she's got 6. Now the Barons finally putting some points on the board here, Jackson.
Taryn Cash is a true definition of the point guard, and she's really the quarterback of this offense. She's a tenacious defender as well, but you take a look at the offensive side, selfless player. She can score it well, and she's also willing to give the ball out, distribute the ball around for her teammates to nail shots as well. She is a true definition of a point guard. She's the true leader of this team, and she's the exact definition of who I want as a point guard on my team.
Zaire Miller, by the way, hit a 12-footer, so she now has 4 points. We have a foul in the lane. Michaela Doan is going to go to the line for 2. Michaela Doan, we look at her, and she is hitting. They are really struggling, even from the foul line. It was 56%. Michaela's at 48% from the foul line. But she shoots 60% from the field, but just 48% from the foul line.
You look at this Franciscan team, Dave, and they are very, very, very young. Only 3 seniors on this team. 2 of them are here today. So when you look at what the Barons bring to the table, they have not shot well. They have turned over the ball quite a bit, not just in this game, but the entire length of the season. And a lot of that could be because this is a very, very young team, still trying to get their footing and still trying to play well together, figure out what each other's tendencies are.
Free throw up and in. 28-10. Kayla Doan free throw up and in. So she's only hitting 48%, but she nailed those two. Good job for Michaela Doan.
That's the best way you can get back in this game for Franciscan.
Oh,
They got to
absolutely.
find a way to they have to find a way to create turnovers, but the best way to get back into a game when you're down by 17, score when the clock is not running. The only way you could do that is when you're at the foul line.
Taryn Cash just lost the ball, but good luck for the Tigers because somebody from Franciscan just got their hand on it. Looked like it was going to be a turnover. They touch it before it went out of bounds. Jasmine Gaines-Burns with the basketball. Jasmine Gaines-Burns drives, stops, 14-footer off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound comes down.
I like that shot there. She hits
Yes.
those majority times than not. She was able to drive in. The defense gave her some space, a little 10-foot shot. Usually she's going to hit those. That's a nice drive, nice shot. That's exactly what Jasmine Gaines-Burns and what her game revolves around is that mid-range jump shot.
Yeah, not a bad shot at all. It was a good shot. Michaela Doan shot no good, tried to get it off the glass and rolled around, fell out. Taryn Cash ahead. Taryn Cash shot up in the lane, up and in. Taryn Cash with a shot in the lane, floater. And the Tigers back up 19, 30-11.
And, going back to what I was saying a little bit ago about Taryn Cash, when you're able to drive in and get to the paint, because she has 5 assists, because she's been able to kick it out multiple times and get assists in this game, that spreads out the defense because now the defensive mind is she's going to dish it out to Kelsey Reagan, who's got 13 points. But now it spreads the defense out. Taryn Cash has an easy teardrop floater to fall.
Taryn Cash just stole the inbound pass, and she missed the layup at Ryan Burton right there, and she misses a layup. Back to Taryn Cash. Jasmine Gaines-Burns out front now, and she's going to back it up and set it up. Jasmine Gaines-Burns drives in the lane. Shot up with left hand, up and in. Nice shot by Jasmine Gaines-Burns. She was covered up, and she just moved her left, threw it up with her left hand. Tigers now with their biggest lead of the afternoon, 21 points at 32-11.
One player that we haven't talked about much today that is having a terrific day as well as Ryan Burton. The way that she's been able to have that post presence, the post dominance, multiple rebounds coming in. Ryan Burton coming in, I believe, off the bench. The junior forward from Houston, Texas.
Yes.
She has played terrific, and she's not going to get the love that she deserves right now because it's only rebounds. But what she's done on the inside for the Wittenberg Tigers has really helped them out defensively and also offensively as well.
And she's got 4 points. She's the transfer from Cincinnati. Of course, Katie Whitaker, the transfer from Furman. 32-11, Maddie Barnett back in line. We got Maddie Barnett, Jade Simpson, Ryan Burton, Evie Wolshire, and Jasmine Gaines-Burns out there. Taryn Cash gets a rest. Evie Wolshire goes up, and nice play. I'm surprised they didn't call a jump ball. It's a great block as Evie Wolshire went up. She went up and had the ball and came back down.
She went up there, and, I think that should have been a jump on. Then she tried forcing up a shot.
Yes.
Wolshire thought that she didn't get fouled just once. She thinks that she got fouled twice there. She was just trying to draw the foul. I don't hate the idea, but you have so many opportunities. You're early in the shot clock. Kick that back out, reset the offense, because that drive obviously was not there.
And it did look like a good block to me. By the way, Maddie Barnett just picked up a foul. Katie Whitaker back in the lineup. She's going to give Jade Simpson a rest. The funny thing is down here a little while ago, Caroline Reedy took a shot from about 8 feet and missed it. She was short by 2 feet, and Wittenberg somehow let the ball slip through their hands and go out of bounds. But then that's when Taryn Cash stole the inbounds pass.
Wittenberg has size now underneath with both Burton and Whitaker out there at the same time.
Wittenberg had 3 early turnovers in that first quarter. They've only got 4, so they've already slowed their turnovers down. We talk about that, Jackson, how that's really been a hindrance to their game so far this year.
Yeah, and it's a hindrance to their game, and the 3 losses that they've had, you take a look at it, and it's without a doubt, Wittenberg, they could have another win or two if they did not turn over the ball, and even their losses would be more efficient losses. You wouldn't have lost by 13 to Wisconsin Oshkosh.
Yes.
If you were able to take care of the ball just a little bit more, you would have been in the game. It would have changed the entire complexion of the game, especially in crunch time.
Michaela Doan, by the way, back in lineup. Nice pass from Ryan Burton to Katie Whitaker. Off the glass, up and in. Great pass.
The selfless basketball for Wittenberg. The amount of assists that they've had so far today. Taryn Cash has 5. Jasmine Gaines-Burns has 2. Burton now has 1 as well. Evie Wolshire has 1. Maddie Barnett has 2. This is a lot of selfless basketball. I've been talking about that all through this first half. And Wittenberg, this is a fun team to watch, especially with how much they move the ball around.
You look at that. There, you just talked about Maddie Barnett came down, hit Ryan Burton under the bucket, and then she put it right back to Maddie Barnett for a short shot up and in, 36-11. You got to feel a little bit sorry for the Barons. Again, they've only played 6 girls, and you're wondering if the one girl, kind of like against Miami's, is maybe an emergency player. Michaela Doan, nice move. European step up and in with the left hand off the glass. Michaela Doan now in double figures with 10 points. Now steal by Emma Clow.
You jinxed it, Dave.
Yeah. Here we go, 36-13. 4:55 left to play in the first half. Elena Gonzalez, three-pointer, no good. They like to put up the threes, but, man, they haven't hit any yet.
And that's something that they have to recognize. They had a wide-open lane. Gonzalez instead settled for the three instead of taking that lane where she could have driven inside and tried getting the easy layup or even getting fouled at the interior. You're down by 23. It's still early. You still have 4.5 minutes left to play in this first half. You still have a whole other half of basketball to be played. So what you need to do, you need to chip away. You don't need the three ball. You need to find ways to chip away. Any points right now is really what Franciscan and the Barons need.
Jasmine Gaines-Burns, a little 12-footer in the lane, and the Tiger lead up to 25, 38-13. Glad you're with us today. By the way, the next game for the Barons, they play at Waynesburg University on Wednesday. Now a nice steal by Maddie Barnett. She goes down, lays it off the glass, up and in.
That's a great job by Barnett, and it all set up on the defensive side. You want an easiest way to score in the game of basketball. It's either offensive rebounds and putbacks or turnovers. Barnett, reading the eyes of the offense, jumps the pass coast to coast, probably the easiest layup of her career.
Caroline Reedy puts up a three, no good. Rebound Wittenberg. Ryan Burton with a rebound ahead to Maddie Barnett. Nice pass to Katie Whitaker off the glass, up and in. Another great assist by Maddie Barnett. That was like hockey. You'd give him 2 assists there. Could have given one to Ryan Burton, and then, of course, you don't do that. Where in hockey they do. Caroline Reedy, three-pointer, again no good. Ryan Burton with a rebound. Ahead to Jasmine Gaines-Burns. Jasmine going in. Layup off the glass, up and in.
Wittenberg, they have 14 assists in this first half compared to Franciscan's 3. So you want to talk about the difference in this game? It's not Wittenberg hitting their shots. Obviously, you're going to look at the field goal percentage and say Wittenberg, they've shot 60% from the field, 75% from beyond the arc. They're 5 of 6 at the free throw line, but it's all been set up because of the unselfishness for the Lady Tigers. 15 assists now in this first half, and we still have 3:13 to go. When you have 15 assists distributing the ball all around, it's going to really feel good for your shooters. You're going to get more open looks. Wittenberg, they've been able to cash in on those open looks as well.
Jackson, you were talking about they shoot 20% from three-pointers. They're 0 for 10 now in the ball game. So
that's going to drop that percentage as well heading into the new year.
They like to put up the threes. Unfortunately, I think of all the threes they put up, they had one that maybe went in and out. The rest of them pretty much been offline.
Yeah, and as I said, that's not how you want to end the year. You don't want to be moving into 2020 with a lower than 20% three-point percentage. Again, 2024, beg your pardon.
Yeah, you got to feel bad for them, again, because they've got kind of a depleted roster today. But here we go, Wittenberg. I think we're going to see a lot of players play for Wittenberg today. Right now we got Katie Whitaker, Zaire Miller, Carly Moore, Evie Wolshire, and Maddie Barnett out there.
And as for Wittenberg, you're up now by 31 points. You still have 3:13 to play in this first half. The Wittenberg Tigers, they're going to keep their starters out there, especially well into the second half as well. But this is a great time where you can get some of your younger freshmen, your true freshmen who have not played a whole lot this season, some experience to try to build your future of the program as well. I would expect a lot of those substitutions to happen in the second half if the lead stays the same.
Nice play by Maddie Barnett to knock the ball away for the steal. Zaire Miller goes down. Zaire Miller layup in and out. She gets a rebound back.
That's a tough shot. Great job following your shot, staying right there, getting your own rebound.
2:45 left to play in the first half, 44-13. Wittenberg with a comfortable lead. Maddie Barnett drives. Maddie Barnett tries to dish it off, and that one is stolen. And now we're going to have, I think, a foul, on Carly Moore. Or did they call a jump ball? I think they must call it a jump ball. So give the ball back to Wittenberg, but Wittenberg does get a turnover there, I think.
I think Carly Moore might have gotten away with one there. If you look at the position of the ball, the back was to Carly Moore, and Moore, yes, she had possession of the ball, but she was reaching around the body of the Barons player right there. And Moore, I think it should have been a reach-in foul. Carly Moore, maybe lucky she didn't get away. She got away with one there. Yes, she had all ball, but when you reach around a defender like that, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be called a foul and a reach-in foul instead of a jump ball.
Maddie Barnett gets it into Jade Simpson, a little 6-footer up and in. Nice pass and assist. I agree with you. I thought it was a foul, and I was very surprised that they called the jump ball. Wow. Like Caroline Reedy might have got away with the walk. I don't know. Maybe it just looked funny. Underneath Michaela Doan, who's played a nice game, Jade Simpson fouls her. So Michaela Doan going to go back to the free throw line where she is 2 for 2. And again, she's coming in shooting 48%, but she looked good the first 2 free throws in the game. 46-13, Wittenberg up by a whopping 33 points.
I mean, what else can you say but utter dominance this first half for the Wittenberg Tigers?
Yeah, they're getting close to the half-century mark. 4 more points, so it'll be up to 50. Now, that free throw was too strong off the back of the rim. Michaela Doan at the line. Takes 5 dribbles. Free throw on the way. Too short that time. So she is 2 for 4 now in the ball game. Maddie Barnett with a basketball. Maddie Barnett, Carly Moore, Evie Wolshire, Jade Simpson, and Zaire Miller. Maddie's going to drive, put the shot up high off the glass. No good, but she is fouled. So Maddie Barnett going to go to the line. Maddie Barnett, 71% free throw shooter on the season.
And when you shoot 71% at the free throw line, you know you can get to the line. You know you can make your shots. You're more willing to get inside to the paint and draw those fouls, such as Maddie Barnett. Such a quick player, such a quick guard. And when she finds 6th gear, she can fly inside of the paint. Draws the foul, knocks them both down. That's a good possession by the Tigers.
And Maddie now with 6 points in the ball game. They head to Caroline Reedy in the corner. Sophie LaRose. Drive, shot, no good. Kind of a wild shot. Didn't hit anything but the glass. Maddie Barnett quickly down the other way. Stopped, pops, no good. Rebound, Jade Simpson up and in. And we talked about they now have the 50 points.
We still have 90 seconds to play in the first half as well. Terrific half for Wittenberg. I'll go out here and say this. This is the best half I think Wittenberg's played all this season. When you look at the unselfishness, the amount of assists, the amount of offensive rebounds, the amount of defensive rebounds, how they've played defense, the forced turnovers, how they've been able to hit their shots, this 100% is the best half that Wittenberg and the Lady Tigers have played this season. And it's showing right now on the scoreboard. This is a great confidence boost, and we mentioned it as a tune-up game for the Lady Tigers. And the reason why we said it was a tune-up game wasn't a knock on Franciscan. It was this is an out-of-conference game. Wittenberg starts out-of-conference play. Franciscan down to just 7 players. This is a game that Wittenberg can try new things. They can try to touch up and work on some things that they've done at practice that they haven't necessarily been able to do in some higher games that they've been able to play, especially heading in to NCAC play against Denison this upcoming Wednesday. Wittenberg, they need this performance. And not only this, if this lead stands throughout the second half, this is going to be a huge confidence boost for the Lady Tigers.
Lena Gonzalez got fouled. She hit 1 of 2. Back the other way, Jade Simpson misses it. Back the other way now. Natalie Connor back in the ball game. She let it get away from her. Jade Simpson with the basketball. Zaire Miller, shot too strong off the glass. Carly Moore with the rebound. Flips it out. Taryn Cash back in the lineup. 45 seconds playing the first half. It's been basically all Wittenberg. Zaire Miller, shot on the way, no good off the back of the rim. That was a 3-pointer. Carly Moore did a nice job, get the rebound. She goes up, a shot no good.
Carly Moore, she's going to be something special for the Lady Tigers. She's got a lot of bench minutes this season. The true freshman from Bethel High School that's not too far from here, just in Tip City, Ohio, right down 70. So she stayed at home to play her collegiate career. She's going to be something special for the Lady Tigers in the next couple of years.
Lena Gonzalez was a layup. Now down the other way, Zaire Miller gets the long pass, and she lays it up and in. 52-16. We got 4 seconds left in the half. 3-pointer on the way. Emma Cloud, no good. Hit the front of the rim. So we have played 20 minutes here at Wittenberg, and your score at halftime, it's Wittenberg Tigers 52 and the Franciscan Barons out of Steubenville, 16. So it is all Wittenberg here this afternoon, Jackson.
Yeah, it's all Wittenberg. And again, as I've alluded to multiple times, Wittenberg, what they've been able to do, unselfish basketball. The amount of assists that they had 17 assists in that first half. They shot the ball 54% from the field, 60% from beyond the arc, 88% from the free throw line. This is a team that they're moving the ball around, and not just that, it's one thing to move the ball around, it's another thing to be able to hit your shots. That's exactly what Wittenberg's been able to do. And the emergence of Kelsey Reagan in that first quarter, first 10 points for the Wittenberg Tigers, she was able to draw a lot of attention, a lot of double teams. That opened up the door for other players to get involved, such as Katie Whitaker, such as Jasmine Gaines-Burns, who combined for 14 points. Zaira Miller has 6. Maddie Barnett has 6. Jade Simpson has 6. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players for the Wittenberg Tigers that have 6 or more points. And after Kelsey Reagan started off with the first 10 in this game, only 13 for Reagan. So the Wittenberg Tigers, they're getting the job done. Reagan's drawing the attention. Other players are stepping up. It was a complete first half for the Tigers.
Before we go over the team numbers, we'll do that before the second half starts. But let's go over those individual numbers. Scoring in the first half for the Barons, Elena Gonzalez with 3 points, Emma Cloud with 3 points, and 10 points from Michaela Doan. And you talk about selfless. As you talk about, Evie Wolshire 1 point, Taryn Cash 2, but Taryn already has 5 rebounds and 6 assists. So she's definitely thrown her weight around this first half. 4 points for Ryan Burton. And look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 players with 6 points. Jasmine Gaines-Burns, Zaire Miller, Maddie Barnett, Jade Simpson, 8 for Katie Whitaker, and 13 for Kelsey Reagan. You talk about they're really sharing the basketball, doing a great job. So it's halftime. I'm Dave Williams, Jackson Lightcap. Glad you're with us today here at Pam Evans Smith Arena on the campus of Wittenberg University. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in about 11 and a half minutes, give you all the team numbers from the first half, get ready for the second half. Once again, we're at halftime. Wittenberg on top, 52-16.
I'm thrilled to be at Wittenberg at this time and place, as the university is perfectly positioned to welcome an esports program like none other. Wittenberg's impressive athletics tradition and Tiger Up spirit, mixed with a strong commitment to student success, will allow for a program that competes at the highest level while also caring deeply for each player, both personally and professionally. Esports at Wittenberg will not only be about gaming, but will also be about changing the game. Together, we will build a supportive, dynamic community as we bring our own distinct light to the global phenomenon of esports right here in Springfield, Ohio. It's time to Tiger Up. Let's go.
I don't need giant stadiums. I don't need to be lectured. The world telling me how it's all falling apart before I've even gotten started. What I need is my own pen. I need mentors, advisors, and brilliant minds who put just as much into my success as I do. I need more than a university. I need a partner who believes that a higher education takes all of us.
To rise above the competition, generations of Wittenberg Tigers have been encouraged to reach down deep for something more. More than skill or strength, more than precision or power, they were asked to do something extra, something beyond themselves. They needed to Tiger Up. Coined by a Hall of Fame coach and chanted repeatedly for decades since, Tiger Up serves as the rallying cry for championship teams and All-American performances. It calls us to greater determination and an unwavering spirit. To wear the red and white of Wittenberg is an honor, a tradition of excellence to uphold. So is the opportunity to Tiger Up. It's more than a phrase, it's a legacy that binds us, uniting us in victorious celebration and spurring us on to greater heights, even in defeat. Tiger Up echoes across campus, bridging the past and the present as we stand together as Wittenberg Tigers. With the trademark now officially ours, we embrace a new era where the roar of the Tigers resounds louder than ever before. And through it, we will continue to define what it means to compete at the highest levels, inspired by tradition and in full embrace of a promising future. Tiger Up.
I got to get this out of my mouth. Welcome back here to Pam Emma Smith Arena. I'm Dave Williams, along with Jackson Lightcap Wittenberg, holding a commanding lead, 52-16. We're a couple minutes away from halftime. Jackson, let's take a look at the stats in that first half. Field goal percentage, Franciscan, 6 of 28, just 21%. Wittenberg, 21 of 39, 54%. They've really been shooting the ball well the last few games. Beyond the arc, me and Franciscan, we talked about 0 for 11.
Yeah, and this is a team that it seems to me like they're trying to shoot their way out of this 36-point deficit. You cannot shoot your way from beyond the arc down by 36. If you want to come back and make it interesting, you've just got to stick to your game. You have to stick to your game plan, and obviously you're down by 36. It hasn't worked for you thus far. It's easier said than done, but start chipping away. You look at the scoreboard, you're down by 36, look at it and say, hey, we're down by 2. We're down. Let's go get a bucket. Let's tie it up. Oh, now we're down by 34. We're down by 2. We're down by 2. If you continue to chip away, that's how you get back in games. The question is 36 too much for the Barons?
Yeah. And plus, you shoot 20% on the year from threes. So, anyway, Wittenberg from 3 for 5, 60%. From the foul line, the Barons 4 of 7, 57%. And on the year, they average 56, so they're about right at their average. Wittenberg doing a nice job at the free throw line day. 7 of 8, 88%. Turnovers, 11 for the Barons, just 5 for Wittenberg. They had 3 really early, so they were really cut down the turnovers, and that's what they need to do. Points off turnovers, Wittenberg 10, none for the Barons. Total rebounds, Wittenberg all over that, 25-9. Also, Wittenberg with 11 offensive boards to just 4 for Franciscan. Assists, we talk about 17, count them, 17 assists for Wittenberg in that first half. 3 for the Barons. Blocks, Wittenberg 3, the Barons 2. Steals, Wittenberg 3, the Barons 1. Bench points, 24-0, Wittenberg. Second chance points, 12-0, Wittenberg. Points in the paint, Wittenberg all over that, 26-12. And fast break points, 10-0, Wittenberg.
And Dave, another thing I want to talk about real quick before the second half gets underway is you have to give credit to Wittenberg. We want to talk about their offense, 17 assists, 52 points. They've shot the ball very efficiently. Let's give credit to that defense. They've been able to force turnovers, and not to mention, Franciscan, this is a team that struggles shooting the ball. They struggle shooting the ball, especially from beyond the arc.
Second half start, by the way. Okay.
Wittenberg, they realize this, and this is a team that has not allowed anything on the inside. They forced Franciscan to take those three-point shots, and it's worked in Wittenberg's favor.
All right, second half underway. Franciscan with the ball. Bounce pass. Sophie LaRose in the lane. Shot put up, in and out. Rebound, Taryn Cash. Been that kind of day for the Barons. When they do get a good shot, rolls in and out. By the way, both teams with their original starting 5 lineups. Taryn Cash puts up a shot, short. Nice play by Jasmine Gaines-Burns, but she's tied up. It'll be Wittenberg ball. Sophie LaRose tied her up. But Wittenberg will have it on the alternating possession. And still got 19 seconds to put up a shot.
If this lead stands for Wittenberg, I would assume that we'd see some players check in that have not gotten a whole lot of playing time this season off the bench. A lot of true freshmen will be coming in if the lead stays.
Jasmine Gaines-Burns going to drive the baseline. Shot up off the glass, up and in. 54-16. Wittenberg got 52 points in that first half.
That's just a beautiful drive there by Jasmine Gaines-Burns. Jasmine Gaines-Burns caught it on the baseline, gave a little bit of a head fake, a pump fake, got her defender up in the air, was able to drive in baseline, results in an easy layup.
Michaela Doan now in the lane. Makes the move, shot up off the glass, up and in. Michaela Doan's been the one bright spot today. She now has 12 points for the Barons. Nice dish off Jasmine Gaines-Burns to Jade Simpson, but she missed the layup. That was a great pass.
Beautiful pass, just missed the shot. And at the end of the day, that's still a tough shot to make. You're a little bit too far underneath the basket than what you want. You can't use the square on the backboard, and you have defenses closing in on you. That's a tough shot there by Jade Simpson.
Sophie LaRose, Wittenberg in the zone now again. Looks like, well, now they're breaking out man-to-man. And McLeod with a drive, shot with the left hand, no good this time. Nice rebound, Michaela Doan, up and in. So it's 54-20. Down to Kelsey Reagan, about 14-footer up and in. Kelsey Reagan continues with her nice day. She's now up to 15, and quickly a timeout by Coach Spolman. So she didn't like something, and she called timeout right away.
I'm sure that one thing that Coach Spolman did not like was Kelsey Reagan getting involved in the first 2 minutes of this third quarter. As we talked about it, she's the leading scorer now with 15. She had the first 10 points of the entire game for the Wittenberg Tigers. She's had 3 points since then, but everybody around her has been able to step up. And again, with those players stepping up because the defense is closing in on Reagan, those players stepping up, hitting their shots, have been able to fill the void for the Wittenberg Tigers. And now Franciscan spreading him out, trying to stop everybody. That's going to ultimately result in Reagan getting heated once again.
2 players in double figures in the game today. Michaela Doan with 14 for Franciscan. Kelsey Reagan with 15. But you've got Jasmine Gaines-Burns and Katie Whitaker just 2 points away from joining the double-digit parade. And Zaire Miller, Maddie Barnett, Jade Simpson, they all have 6. So be interesting.
And as we talked about a little bit earlier, Michaela Doan, the leading scorer for Franciscan so far. The second leading scorer behind Madison Doan. Madison Doan, 13.5 points per game. Michaela with 10.4 points per game. Madison Doan is not here. She is not in attendance. She is not playing in this game. So what we talked about in our pregame was Caroline Reedy, who's the third leading scorer, averaging 9 points per game this season for... Or I beg your pardon, 9.2 points per game.
Yeah.
I finally found the stat. 9.2 points per game this season for the Barons of Franciscan. They needed her to step up. She's 0 for 8 from the field.
Has not scored yet today. There she is with the ball. Going up for a shot, and she's fouled. So she has a chance of joining the scoring parade. And she hits 68% of her free throws. She's actually the best free throw shooter on the team.
And when you're ice cold from the floor, the best way you can break your scoring drought, go to the free throw line, get some confidence, find your touch, find your rhythm. She's able to hit these free throws. It would not surprise me to see her be able to translate that. And that 0 for 8 that she's had so far in this game may start to become a little bit better.
She just missed that free throw too strong. 7:54 left play third quarter. 56-20, Wittenberg on top. Second free throw on the way, up and in. So she finally gets a point on the board. 56-21. Tiger lead at 35. They led 36 at halftime. Jasmine Gaines-Burns with the basketball. Jasmine Gaines-Burns going to stop. Shot from the elbows blocked. And the ball's still loose, and Jade Simpson gets it, but I think we're going to have foul on Jade. It looked like Jade pushed off.
Yeah, and that's ultimately a good call there.
Yeah.
Loose ball foul. Jade Simpson, nothing was intentional there. She was just trying to go and grab the ball. But obviously, when you get tangled up like that, the foul's going to go you're going to get called for the foul. That's a good call there against Simpson.
That was a good call. Caroline Reedy trying to get the ball in the front court. They do. Sophie LaRose with it. Sophie LaRose back to Emma Clow. Three-pointer on the way. No good. 0 for 12 now from beyond the arc.
Been a glaring issue today for Franciscan, being 0 for 12 from beyond the arc. And the question is, when are they just going to stop shooting from beyond the arc, because nothing has fallen? And I don't mean that figuratively. I mean that literally.
Now, Evie Wolshire tries to force one up. And she doesn't get it. And then she has a foul. She got a little irritated. I guess she missed that shot. You know, you get over-aggressive, and then she ends up fouling.
Yeah, Wolshire, they're a little bit frustrated with that one. She was a little frustrated to end that first half as well, because remember, if you recall back in the second quarter, middle stages, she had that possession where she thought that she was fouled a couple of times, did not get the call, threw it up, actually threw it away out of bounds. Wolshire, this is a terrific player for the Wittenberg Tigers. She's a little bit down. Wittenberg, I think that they need to draw up a play to get her some points, get her some confidence, and get her going, but right now she's sent to the bench.
Michaela Doan has a tie-up. It'll be Franciscan ball. Taryn Cash tied her up.
You know, Dave, you take a look at the Wittenberg Tigers, and when you talk about this as a great tune-up, especially right before NCAC play, they're at Denison. That's going to be a tough game on Wednesday to start the new year. This is a great test, a great confidence boost for the Wittenberg Tigers, as long as they can hang on to it. If Franciscan were to be able to find their way back into this game, every bit of confidence Wittenberg built up heading into that Denison game will be diminished.
Sophie LaRose just drove, put the ball up, got a score, and she got fouled. So she has a chance for an and one. That foul's on Ryan Burton. So Sophie LaRose, and she from the line is 6 for 6 this year. Make it 7 for 7. So I guess we said one girl had the best percentage, but it didn't until I looked down. That's only her 7th free throw. She's hit them all.
Wittenberg's come out flat here in this second half, and Franciscan, they have been able to cut into this deficit. Although it may not sound like it, they've been able to cut into this deficit a little bit. Leads now back up once again to 34, but, I beg your pardon, 32. They adjusted now. Franciscan's score. But Wittenberg, they got to find a way to get the offense going. They got to find a way to get that rhythm going that they had in that first half.
Jade Simpson hit the shot from the left elbow. And, it's kind of hard to keep, when you have such a big lead to stay focused. Ryan Burton just scored, and she's fouled by Elena Gonzalez.
And everything we just talked about there, Dave, that is a perfect way to do it. A great assist, a great bucket, get fouled, have a chance for a three-point play. The Wittenberg Lady Tigers, that's exactly what they were doing in that first half, and it's nice to see them now finally starting to carry it over here into quarter number 3.
And by the way, that's assist number 21.
My, oh my. That's just almost unheard of.
Ryan Burton at the line, going to try and finish off the three-point play, and she does. Ryan Burton, she has a nice smooth stroke. She's 71%er from the line. And now the Wittenberg lead at 35, 61-26. Biggest lead of the day. Sophie LaRose with the basketball. Lena Gonzalez, you talk about she's driving, puts a wild shot up, no good. Michaela Donehaver with the offensive board. Emma Clow with the basketball. Going to drive, stop, shot from left elbow there, no good. High off the glass, didn't hit anything else. Jasmine Gaines Burns over to Maddie Barnett, back lineup. Maddie Barnett puts up a three, and she got the nice bounce there. Hit the rim, bounced off the glass, and fell through for a three-point shot. 64-26, Wittenberg lead at 38.
Shooter's touch there by Maddie Barnett. There's nothing else to be said. When you get that front roll off the rim, it just goes to speak highly on your shooter's touch. You're able to get a nice favorable bounce there. Maddie Barnett, one of the underrated stars today for the Wittenberg Tigers. Again, all your attention's going to go to Jasmine Gainsbourn. It's all going to go to Kelsey Reagan. It's going to go to Whitaker down underneath. But Maddie Barnett, she has been able to play tremendous today coming off the bench.
Fifth foul in Wittenberg, Caroline Reedy. Yeah, they've got 5 fouls already. We haven't even played half the quarter. Free throw up and in by Caroline Reedy, so she now has 2 points. By the way, Wittenberg now with Maddie Barnett with 9 and 3 players with 8. Jasmine Gainsbourn, Jade Simpson, Katie Whitaker, and Ryan Burton has 7, and Zaire Miller with 6. So free throw short. Nice rebound, Sophie LaRose. And McLeod going to stop, pop, shot up, no good off the back of the rim. Ryan Burton runs down the rebound ahead to Kelsey Reagan. Kelsey Reagan pass down to Katie Whitaker, who's back in the game, but it goes out of bounds. Turnover Wittenberg.
Dave, one thing I want to talk about, I just found this, and now this is for Division I, but the average numbers for assists per game by some of the top Division I schools this season in NCAA are right between 10 to 20. Wow. And Wittenberg right now already cracking 20. The highest that I see right now on this list is from Utah. Utah, 24.9 assists per game this season, which is absolutely incredible. Wittenberg with still 4:53 to play in the third. That's really just a gauge on how great Wittenberg has played together today as a team.
Absolutely. Hey, 64-27, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back right after this.
I don't need giant stadiums. I don't need to be lectured. The world telling me how it's all falling apart before I've even gotten started. What I need is my own pen. I need mentors, advisors, and brilliant minds who put just as much into my success as I do. I need more than a university. I need a partner who believes that a higher education takes all of us.
All right, back here at Pam M. Smith Arena, Dave Williams, Jackson Lightcap, bring you all the action today. The Wittenberg Tigers, they have a healthy lead, 64-25. Healthy, say the least, 39-point lead. 4:45 left to play in quarter number 3. Elena Gonzalez with the basketball. Caroline Reedy, call her for a travel. It's funny, you see some of those, and they seem, they call them the European steps. Sometimes they call it travel, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, and the jump stop right now is honest in the game of basketball for both boys and girls. I've seen it at the high school level, I've seen it at the collegiate level, and even some of the pros do it. The jump stop in the game of basketball is a lost art. It seems like everybody's just trying to stop abruptly or go into those Euro steps, and your momentum carries you forward, which results. That's why we have higher amount of travels in today's game of basketball than what we had, 10, 15 years ago.
All right, let's set the Wittenberg lineup. We got Maddie Barnett, Evie Wolshire, Ryan Burton, Katie Whitaker, and Zaire Miller out there. And the original starting 5 for the Franciscan Barons out there right now. They've only played 6 girls today. Bounce pass, Evie Wolshire. Over to Zaire Miller. Shot, 14-footer, up, no good. Rebound comes down.
When you have a
Caroline Reedy, go ahead.
When you have a Wittenberg team that shoots 53% in the first half, it's very, very hard to replicate that. So obviously a lot more missed shots here to begin the second half for the Wittenberg Tigers, because no matter how great you are, it's going to be hard to replicate shooting over 50% from the field. It doesn't mean that they have not shot great from the they haven't shot bad from the at the field. They've shot really well here in this second half, but obviously nowhere near close to what they were able to do in that first half.
Steal by Ryan Burton there, and just like Evie Wolshire, frustration foul. Emma Cloud tried to dive and get it back, and she actually fouled Ryan Burton. So Wittenberg with the basketball. Maddie Barnett, Zaire Miller. Zaire. Back to Evie Wolshire. Evie. Pass into Maddie Barnett. Maddie makes a move. Back out to Evie Wolshire. Long 3 on the way. Evie Wolshire too far off the back of the rim. Katie Whitaker with the offensive board. To Maddie Barnett. Tigers with a fresh 20. They back it out. Now down to 14. Maddie Barnett picks up her dribble in the corner. Evie Wolshire, another 3 on the way. No good. Rebound Ryan Burton again. Back to Maddie Barnett. So 2 offensive boards, 1 for Katie Whitaker, 1 for Ryan Burton that time for the Tigers. Maddie Barnett drives, puts up a shot, floater in the lane, no good, short. Rebound comes down, head to Ileana Gonzalez, and she charges. Knocked over Evie Wolshire.
That's a great job there by Evie Wolshire.
Yeah,
Evie Wolshire, she's been frustrated in this one. She has not been able to find her rhythm shooting the ball. We saw it at the end of that first half. We've seen it here in the second half. After she missed that 3, she slapped her leg in frustration. But that's a great hustle play, and that's really a great play to build confidence and to get your team going and to build confidence in Evie Wolshire. She was way behind, was able to show off the speed, get to the defensive end of the floor, not giving up on the fast break, getting there, setting her feet. A great play there by Wolshire. We can see if that gets her going on the offensive side as well.
What a great pass by Evie Wolshire to Ryan Burton, and she lays it off the glass up and in. Yeah, and it was a little 5'5" Elena guy, but it was a charge. There's no doubt about it. 3-pointer on the way, shot no good. That was put up by Caroline Reedy. And now we have a foul called. I think it's on Franciscan.
Although Evie Wolshire has not been able to get really going in the point total, she's been frustrated. The last 30 seconds, we've seen a different change of pace into her. She drew the charge. She had a nice assist on the offensive side, a great close-in, and a great contest on that 3-point opportunity there by Franciscan. You can see that Wolshire, she's there. She's trying to help her team out in different ways, and that's a blocking foul. Barnett, she was trapped in the corner, but you cannot – it's not football. You can't block. You have to be able to let a lane pass in. Nonetheless, a foul there going against the Barons.
Yeah, Elena Gonzalez, that's her second foul in about the last minute. She's up to 3 now. Yeah, you were talking about Evie. Evie's got 3 rebounds, 3 assists, so she's doing, she's just not getting the points she wants today, but she's been a good player. She's one of those all-around players. She helps you. If she's not scoring, she can help you other ways. Maddie Barnett, free throw, in and out.
Maddie Barnett, this is a player that has really had to grow into the role that she's had. She's been able to get a lot of playing time in this game. Over the last couple of games, she's been able to get a lot of playing time. The true freshman from Kings High School has really grown as a player. I was lucky enough to call some of her games last year in the district finals and the regionals when Kings made that long, deep postseason run last year. But Maddie Barnett came to Wittenberg, wasn't getting playing time that she wanted or she thought she deserved at the beginning of the season. But ultimately, she's been able to earn that playing time and earn a consistent spot coming off the bench for the Wittenberg Tigers. A true freshman. We talk about the future for the Wittenberg Tigers. She is a staple point for the Tigers, especially here in the time to come.
She's the second player to hit double figures now. She's with 10. 10 points for Maddie Barnett. Maddie Barnett's played pretty well this year. As freshman, you have those rough spots every once in a while. You get them.
And she has just been able to grow and season her game and grow into that number 2 guard that Wittenberg needs coming off the bench.
Evie Walsh, our 14-footer. It's been that kind of day for Evie. She's just been a little short on her shot.
You have those days. Shooters are going to shoot, though.
But the Tigers are up 42, so minute 40 left to play in the third quarter. Dave Williams, Jackson Lightcap coming to you from Pam Evans Smith 3, and McLeod, there it is. They finally hit a 3. And that is 1 for 14 now.
Took them almost 30 minutes to do so in game time, but 1 for 13, wow. We're waiting to see if that starts raining threes because, hey, it's raining right now in Steubenville. The drought from beyond the arc is over.
Pass intended for Katie Whitaker. Knocked to Carly Moore. She missed the layup, but got her own rebound, put it back up and in. So the Bethel product gets 2 on the board.
And, you know, we talk about the future of the Wittenberg Tigers, and you wonder why this is a program that is so great year in and year out. It's because of the recruiting that they're able to do. And with how great girls basketball is in the state of Ohio, it makes it easy for the Wittenberg Tigers to consistently have these freshmen come in and consistently perform immediately. We've seen that with Carly Moore. We've seen that with Maddie Barnett. We're going to see that with some of the other freshmen that we're going to be able to see later on in this game as well. The future is bright for the Wittenberg Tigers, and this is also a team that's stacked with upperclassmen that can go out and win this year as well.
We can't talk. I can't tell you about the great job Melissa Colby's done. This is her second year at Wittenberg. She's just been fantastic. What a great coach. And Sam McKay is her assistant this year. They're doing a great job, and I think this team is really hopefully getting ready to hit their stride as they go in the NCAC. Katie Whitaker got fouled. She hit the first free throw. Second one on the way up and in. So Katie Whitaker, I think now, if I look, where's Katie at? She is I think she's in double figures now. They show 9, but I think she should be at 10 after hitting both those free throws. Yeah, she is. She's a 10. Michaela Doan out. Emma Cloud going to drive. Kicks it out. Sophie LaRose puts up a shot, no good. Zaire Miller with the rebound. Quickly down court ahead, Evie Walshire. Evie in the lane. Nice dish off Carly Moore. Her shot is blocked. Great block right there by, I think that's Caroline Reedy. And great, also great sportsmanship. She helped Carly Moore up. Carly Moore went to the floor. All right, we've got 15 seconds basically left to play in this third quarter. After that, we'll take a break. We'll be back for the last 10 minutes for our ball game. We're down to 9. Michaela Doan with the basketball makes a move. Michaela Doan, now remember they've hit 2 shots basically at the buzzer. Shot put up, no good. No foul called. That was Natalie Connor put it up. So we played 30 minutes in the books. Wittenberg on top, 71-28. We're going to take a break. This is Dave Williams and Jackson Lightcap coming to you from Pam Evans Smith Arena at Wittenberg University.
I'm thrilled to be at Wittenberg at this time and place, as the university is perfectly positioned to welcome an esports program like none other. Wittenberg's impressive athletics tradition and Tiger Up spirit, mixed with a strong commitment to student success, will allow for a program that competes at the highest level while also caring deeply for each player, both personally and professionally. Esports at Wittenberg will not only be about gaming, but will also be about changing the game. Together, we will build a supportive, dynamic community as we bring our own distinct light to the global phenomenon of esports right here in Springfield, Ohio. It's time to Tiger Up. Let's go.
All right, welcome back here to Pam Evans Smith Arena. I'm Dave Williams along with Jackson Lightcap. Wittenberg basketball brought to you by the Wittenberg Sports Network, powered by TKDF Sports.
Tell you what, TKDS Sports, they have been all over the area doing games. They're obviously here at Wittenberg. They did the King of the Bluegrass tournament last week in Louisville, Kentucky. A great tournament, 5-day tournament there, put on by Lloyd Gardner. And then they did Clark County Showdown, the Holiday Hardwood Classic at the Cintas Center at Xavier on Thursday. All those games are up on demand as well.
Let me ask, does Kevin Fowler sleep in his car?
He lives in his car.
Hey, Wittenberg, you talked about Wittenberg's got 5 new players in. So we're going to have to pick these up, try and figure this out.
And, Dave, you know, one thing that we talked about is we talked about the future for the Wittenberg Tigers, and one of the reasons why Wittenberg is good year in and year out. We talk about the recruiting, but it's also the ability for them to win games with their underclassmen early, so all of the fourth quarter goes to some of the younger players so they can start to build that chemistry, so that they can start to get that experience playing at the next level. Wittenberg, this is the future of the team playing right now. I can't tell you how many freshmen there are out there, but there are quite a bit of freshmen out there. The future of the team playing right now on the floor. And again, we say the future is bright. You're going to see it here in the next 9 minutes and 20 seconds.
Let's set the Wittenberg lineup. We have Maya Johnson out there, number 23, Kyra Welch. Maya Johnson, number 21, Kyra Welch, number 23. Olivia Campbell wears number 24. Sammy Welty wears number 31. Number 34 is Alexa Peterson. Tigers turned over 71-28. With the basketball, Sophie LaRose. Bounce pass stolen away by Sammy Welty. Ahead, Olivia Campbell. Pass inside. Back. Shot put up. Off the glass, no good. That shot put up by Maya Johnson.
Tough shot there, and obviously, ultimately, probably a better way to just dish that one out. And again, with the freshmen that you have out there on the floor, Maya Johnson, a 5'9" freshman from Jeffersonville, Indiana, it's going to take time to realize, hey, this is a shot that's heavily contested. Let's dish this one out. So this is what these next 8 minutes are for. It's a lot of practice for some of these younger players.
Nice block by Sammy Welty, and Elena Gonzalez just hit the second three-pointer of the game for the Barons. They now hit 2. With the basketball for Wittenberg, Olivia Campbell. Now back to Alexa Peterson. Bounce pass inside. Sammy Welty, turnaround shot, no good. Rebound comes down. Shot put up, no good. That was, let's see who that was put that up. I think that was Kyra Welch put that shot up. And McLeod now with the basketball. 8 minutes left to play in our ball game. And ball knocked out of bounds, but it'll remain Barons basketball.
That was Alexia Peterson who knocked it out of bounds. It's Alexia Peterson, the true freshman from Centerville High School. And in fact, Dave, fun fact, when you look at Alexia Peterson, here's a fun fact about my career as well. Last year, I spent my broadcasting career as the play-by-play announcer for both men's and women's basketball for the Centerville Elks and Centerville High School. So I saw a lot of Alexia Peterson last year in her senior year. This is a player that is a tenacious defender. She was that way in high school. She's going to translate that into college as well.
Speaking of Alexia Peterson, she just scored a layup.
And it all started on the defensive side as well.
Yeah, absolutely. They stole the ball. And thanks, I called her Alexa, so I apologize for that. It's Alexia with the I. And now a basket by Natalie Connor. And she gets fouled, and she's going to have a shot for old-fashioned three-point play. Yeah, evidently, Juliana Biasotto has not played today. And maybe she is one of those where they're just only going to play her if it's an emergency. Ooh, that free throw was very short, didn't hit anything, so it's turnover. It's not turnover, but a violation on the free throw. Give the ball to Wittenberg. Yeah, Alexia Peterson with 2 points, 73-33.
She's going to get the majority of her scoring from the defensive side. Again, just being able to watch her play over the last couple of years for the Elks, including a senior year where she broke the starting 5 rotation. She's a tenacious defender. That's going to be what gets her on the floor here at Wittenberg University.
Sammy Welty just scored 2. Oh, man, that was a shot in and out for Caroline Reedy. She's had a tough day today, too. Now we have a foul called. By the way, Robbie Cowles is the official down there that I saw. All right, coming in the lineup, number 42. I don't have a 42.
I do not either, and I don't think the PA announcer, Ryan, has one either.
Yeah,
he said number 42 like he was leading into a name, but there was nothing there.
I wonder if that's Brooke Taylor and she's wearing 44. She got the rebound. That's a young lady I've been wondering because I couldn't see her number. Now she's in the game. I'm going to say it's Brooke Taylor, but wait a minute. Let's look here.
It is Brooke Taylor.
Brooke Taylor, yeah. Shot short. So Brooke Taylor is wearing number 42, not number 44. I have to remember that. So we've got Maya Johnson, Hope Orders now in the lineup, Kyra Welch, Livy Campbell, and Brooke Taylor.
All freshmen.
75-33. And that's good to give the girls some playing time. Caroline Reedy drives, puts a shot up too hard off the glass. And Brooke Taylor with a rebound, but we got a foul.
And you know, Dave, when we talk about the future of the Wittenberg Tigers, that is just really, again, goes to show you the strength of this program, that they're great year in and year out. We don't want to talk about the future a whole lot because this is a Wittenberg Tigers team that even proved it today that they can win the NCAC. This is a team that can go far in the NCAC. This is a team that can go far at the Division III level for NCAA, and they're all led by upperclassmen. And again, what we saw today from Kelsey Reagan, the junior, Taryn Cash, a junior, Jasmine Gaines-Burns, a junior, Evie Wolshire, a senior, Jade Simpson, a senior, Whitaker, a junior. There's a lot of juniors on this team. Wittenberg, I mean, this was a dominant performance there today from the Lady Tigers, and it's going to be a great confidence boost moving into conference play. And I'm excited for conference play because I think out of any other team in the NCAC, the Wittenberg Tigers, the Lady Tigers, they're the most ready for NCAC play.
Caroline Reedy split 2 free throws, so it's now 75-34. Driving, putting a shot up and in. Number 23, that is Kyra Welch with a bucket.
Kyra Welch from Van Wert, Ohio. She went to Van Wert High School, not too far from here, probably just about an hour and 45 minutes up off of 75, near the border of Indiana and Ohio as well. But Kyra Welch checked into this game the first 4.5 minutes she's played in this game. Yeah, she's a freshman. She doesn't look like a freshman out there.
Here we go. Wittenberg gets the steal, the pass deflected. Kyra Welch with the basketball. And now we have a foul. That's going to be foul number 2 on Franciscan. Be Wittenberg ball out of bounds. 5:20 left to play. 2 more. Well, let's see. That's coming back in the lineup is Sammy Welty and Alexia Peterson. Yeah, they've got some good basketball going on down Centerville, boys and girls.
Boys back-to-back state Final Four appearances. The girls, they've been great for quite some time as well.
And Brooke Cups, what a great coach he is.
In fact, another broadcaster from Wittenberg University, Scott Leo, his daughter, part of the Varsity Elks, Varsity Lady Elks, only a sophomore as well.
Brooke Taylor puts up a shot, no good. Now, she's just a freshman, right?
I think a sophomore.
Oh, sophomore. She's a sophomore now? Here we go.
Getting some varsity minutes as well.
That's great.
In fact, I know Scott, he's up in Canton right now watching her play at a tournament that the Lady Elks are at.
Okay, here we go. Shot no good. Wittenberg with a rebound. Quickly down court. With the basketball, Kyra Welch. She thought about it. Gives off Sammy Welty. Sammy Welty. Alexia Peterson back to Sammy Welty. Shot up and in. So Alexia Peterson gets the assist. Sammy Welty with the bucket. And 79-34. Let's take a look. And that should be assist number 25 for the Tigers. 25 assists. And what'd you say some of the big schools you looked at was 120? You had one that maybe had 27 assists?
The big Division I schools that I saw on ESPN, between 10 to 20 assists per game is really the average.
Yes.
I mean, Utah, they average about 25 assists per game, which is just wild. But, I mean, it's just been an absolutely crazy, crazy game. And a lot of selfless basketball for the Wittenberg Tigers today. And, again, a lot of confidence for the Tigers going into conference play.
We're going to take a break with 4:03 left to play. Tigers on top by 45, 79-34. I'm Dave Williams, Jackson Lightcap. We're glad you're with us on the last Saturday of 2023. We'll be back.
I don't need giant stadiums. I don't need to be lectured. The world telling me how it's all falling apart before I've even gotten started. What I need is my own pen. I need mentors, advisors, and brilliant minds who put just as much into my success as I do. I need more than a university. I need a partner who believes that a higher education
All right, welcome back here to Pam M. Smith Arena. Dave Williams, Jackson Lightcap with you. And Wittenberg on top, 79-34. We're down to 4:03 left to play in our ball game. Going to be Kind of a tough ride home for Steubenville, the girls from Franciscan College.
And
the
you know,
Barons.
for Franciscan, what they have to do is they have to just really overlook, and they have to, I hate to say it like this, just throw this game away in the trash.
Yeah.
It was not good, but at the same time, they weren't at full strength. Only 7 players on their team.
And only
able
6
to make
playing.
It. Yeah, only 6 players playing and only 7 on their bench today. This is a team that usually has right around, I believe, 13 girls on this team. Obviously, with the school being on break, with it being the holiday season, Franciscan not able to get every single person here. But Franciscan, this is a team that
They've won 3 games. So
you have to look at it and you have to say, okay, this is where these players need to improve. They're without their leading scorer. They
By the
did
way,
not shoot the ball well.
Caroline Reedy just fouled out.
And, yeah, so, I mean, depth running on the thin line. Franciscan, again, this is a game that you take what's bad from it, you take what's good from it, you watch the film, and you bury it because this is a team that ultimately they weren't at full strength this season or at this game. And that's why we said it's a test and a great tune-up game for the Wittenberg Tigers. Tigers used that. Franciscan, I'm sure that they learned a lot about themselves as well.
Maya Johnson, Olivia Campbell back in lineup for the Tigers. Yeah, and now steal. Nice steal by Emma Clow. She's done a pretty decent job today. Going in with the left hand, missed the shot, however. Rebound comes down to Maya Johnson.
You know, losses always bring out if you lose like this, it makes you reflect. You are able to bury it deep, but it's also good to reflect and see what you did good, what you can improve on, what you did bad. Dave, of course, I wouldn't know about that. I don't lose, but all right, look it up. Senior year of high school, undefeated in baseball, no losses. Granted, it was COVID year. We didn't play, but...
By the way, I think Maya Johnson just scored. I was trying to check that number out. 81-34 now. We got 2:45 left to play in the ball game. Michaela Doan puts up a shot, no good, but what have we got? Oh, I have a travel, I think they called.
It was a shot clock violation, just unaware there. And Franciscan, you could tell the fatigue starting to set in. We knew it was going to set in this fourth quarter, and even if this game was a closer game, Wittenberg would just be able to run away with it because they have a deeper bench.
Tigers have scored 15 players, or played 15 players today. Now we're going to have a jump ball. And possession arrow belongs to Wittenberg. We've got 2:29 left to play in this one. Wittenberg again now for you fans of the Barons, Franciscan College, the ladies and Coach Pullman, good luck to them on Wednesday night. They go to Waynesburg University for a game Wednesday, 1 o'clock game. Kind of an odd time for a Wednesday. Shot put up, three-pointer, no good. But nice steal by Kyra Welch. Her shot no good. Now she runs down the ball, but she couldn't save it. I think, what we got? Do we have a foul called? Actually, she got fouled. She got pushed.
I think Kyra Welch right now is making a case to get in the rotation, the consistent rotation for the Wittenberg Tigers with how all over the floor she's been able to be. She's been able to get it done on the defensive side. She's been able to score offensively, draw those fouls, hustle her out there on the floor. She is doing everything it takes to show her coaching staff that she deserves to be out there on that floor.
Well, first of all, let's hope that I didn't make a mistake. I'm trying to see, is that definitely her? Is that Hope Borders? She's got the long hair, so it's kind of hard to see the number.
It is Hope Borders.
It's Hope Borders, so I apologize. So that was Hope who was at the foul line. Yeah, I saw that and I thought, wait a minute, that looks like a 2 instead of a 3. But Hope, Hope was very active there. Unfortunately, she missed both free throws, but 81-34. This quarter, Wittenberg still winning the quarter 10-6. Elena Gonzalez, shot no good, layup, rolls off the rim. Here come the Tigers, quickly down court. Pass outside to Olivia Campbell. Nice pass inside, turnaround shot, up and in. Maya Johnson with a bucket.
It's a nice shot there by Maya Johnson, the freshman guard who stands 5'9". Beautiful shot on the inside. She's been able to score a couple times like that here in this one as well. And Wittenberg, they are right there on the doorstep of going up by 50.
Yeah, Elena Gonzalez just missed a three-pointer but got her own rebound. She puts up another one, again no good. Rebound comes down to Olivia Campbell. Yeah, you're right. One more point. They're up 49. Shot put up, no good. Rebound saved by Wittenberg, but they say she stepped out of bounds. We're down to 65 ticks to play. Brooke Taylor and Kyra Welch back in lineup. Border's going to leave.
I don't necessarily know, Dave, if I remember or recall a more dominating victory than today for the Wittenberg Tigers and this ladies basketball team.
No, that's played an outmanned Franciscan team today with basically 6 players they played. And now we have a jump ball. Nice block by Brooke Taylor. That was Sophie LaRose trying to put up a shot. So we're less than a minute to play. And, usually when you have a big lead like this, you just like to dribble out the clock or even take a shot clock violation. But it's kind of hard to ask your players that haven't played all year to do that. They'd like to get some stats in the book. Nice pass inside to Brooke Taylor, but stolen away. Ahead, shot, Elena Gonzalez with a layup, up and in. 83-36. Wittenberg on top. We're down to 25 seconds playing our ball game. We just want to wish everybody a happy New Year out there, by the way. Whether you're a Barons fan, Wittenberg fan, just a college basketball fan. Brooke Taylor shot off the glass, no good. And the poor Barons, that has been their day. One girl had it, went off her hand, went off the other girl's foot, and it goes out of bounds. So Wittenberg's going to have 11.7 seconds to play. Let's see if they do just dribble it out now.
That sums up the Barons' day today.
Yes.
I don't think there's any other way around it. That just certainly sums it up. And fatigue, just mental mistakes, and it's all the fatigue that's settling in because the bench is not deep today for the Barons.
And now Natalie Connor just fouled Olivia Campbell, so Olivia Campbell's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. Let's see if Olivia scored. Let's see. Yeah, Olivia's not scored. The only 3 players not scored today is Hope Orders, Olivia Campbell, and Brooke Taylor. Free throw up and in. So Olivia joins the scoring brigade.
A complete team effort today by the Lady Tigers.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm. It's not that I'm shocked. I'm not shocked that they won big. I'm shocked with how they won and how they were able to play. They looked complete, and this is the best that the Tigers have looked all season long. And again, this is just going to be a great confidence boost heading into conference play Wednesday night.
That's your buzzer. Final scores, Wittenberg 85, Franciscan 36. Let's quickly take a look at the team numbers. 13 of 56 for Franciscan, 23%. Wittenberg 34 of 71. That's still a great 48%. From beyond the arc, Franciscan 2 of 17, 12%. Wittenberg 4 of 10, 40%. Wittenberg 13 of 17 free throws, 77%. 8 of 15 for Franciscan at 53%. Franciscan, 22 turnovers. Wittenberg only 13. Wittenberg scored 17 points off those turnovers. Franciscan scored 5 off the Wittenberg turnovers. Wittenberg all over the rebounding battle, 47 to 25. They had 18 offensive boards, while Franciscan had 10. Assists, Wittenberg, you ready for this? 27 assists today for Wittenberg to 7 for Franciscan. Blocks, Franciscan 5, Wittenberg 3. Steals, 9 for Wittenberg, 5 for Franciscan. Bench points, Wittenberg all over that, 51 to 2. Second chance points, 16 to 2, Wittenberg. Points in the paint, Wittenberg 46-22. And fast break points, it was Wittenberg 14 and Franciscan 2. Individual scoring today. Natalie Connor had 2. Caroline Reedy had 3. Sophie LaRose had 3. Emma Cloud was 6. Elena Gonzalez with 8. And Michaela Doan had 14. Maybe Juliana Biasotto got in the game because they have her name here at the end. All right, for Wittenberg, quickly. Hope Orders and Brooke Taylor did not score. 1 point for every Wolshire. 2 points each for Alexia Peterson, Carly Moore, Olivia Campbell, Kyra Welch, Maya Johnson, and Taryn Cash. Taryn also had 8 rebounds and 6 assists. 6 points each for Sammy Welty and Zaire Miller. 8 points each for Jade Simpson and Jasmine Gaines Burns. 9 points for Ryan Burton. 10 points each for Katie Whitaker and Maddie Barnett. And leading the way today for the Tigers, Kelsey Reagan with 15 points, had 13 of those, I think, in the first quarter. So Wittenberg with a big win today, 85-36. Jackson Lightcap, thanks so much for your help today.
Dave, I'll talk to you next year.
Yeah, next year. We want to thank Kevin Fowler, as always. He does a great job. TKDS Sports, producing these games on the Wittenberg Sports Network. So for Jackson Lightcap, this is Dave Williams saying we hope everybody has a great, happy, and profitable new year coming up. And we thank you for tuning in today. Our final score here today at Pam Smith Arena, Wittenberg 85 at Franciscan College 36. Good afternoon, everybody.